your mind. I go with the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's stream. We have probably 5 minutes before the market open. Let's get started and check a little bit of news. Let's see what's happening. Oh, James Bullard is on. Let's listen.
To be above target, as I've been stressing here. So that has to get priced in. But in addition, you've still got very low rates in Europe and Japan. I just don't see how U.S. rates can go too much higher than where they are in Europe and Japan.
Likes of Dallas Fed President Robert Kaplan yesterday, similarly saying that there are global pressures that are keeping longer-term interest rates low, which might explain why the 10-year yield hasn't necessarily tilted as high as that 200 basis point level that some people were speculating a few months ago. Now, of course, a number of other Fed officials on dock for later this week. We've got San Francisco Fed President and FOMC voter Mary Daly later this morning, in addition to the likes of Eric Rosengren from the Boston Fed tomorrow. And, of course, we'll have all of those updates right here on Yahoo Finance.
Look forward to them. Thanks so much, Brian. Appreciate it. I'm sure we will talk to you again tomorrow about the aftermath of what he says this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to bring you the opening bell and further our discussion about both meme stocks and crypto. Stay with us.
Yeah, right. So let's get started with a quick look at the market. What's happening? We have Microvision down 10%. Candice and Mara right, of course, when again, Bitcoin and other coins are actually going down. You can see the top of the losers are the usual suspects. So Mara, Riot, and Coinbase. AMC is down. I think GME was up, but we'll get to that one. Expand, Run, Nano Dimension, Overstock, a little bit over 1% or 2% down. So let's quickly go to the basically the top gainers of our list. Splunk is actually gaining over 8%. What's happening with this Splunk? How speed and sustain improve, but yeah, nothing really. We'll get to that later. But we have GME up 7.3%. It's at 215 right now. We have Cloud, the same thing. Plug actually moving up again. They had a little bit of mixed earning, but anyway, OCGN is getting a little bit life back again after yesterday's 12.5% up. Moderna, Ford, CrowdStrike, Boxel, and other stocks just a little bit over 1%. So I am not sure exactly that we can understand from pre-market where things are going, but the best probably is to have a look at S&P. I think this is basically the point that we can get. The general idea. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. It's basically the idea that where we can actually get and receive all these information, was Kevin saying?
Actually, not quite breaking below. Yeah, let's go to the minute here.
Yeah, he tries to with the Coinbase. So, yeah, just 2 minutes before the market open. I'm looking maybe Splunk. Let me just check if anything is going on with Splunk. Any specific news here? Splunk stock pops on Silver Lake's $1 billion investment share buyback. Okay, so this is it. So maybe Splunk is a good option for us. SPLK, check. I don't have it's really beaten up. 125. There were some bad press about them. It's almost to the low, but I don't think that's necessarily a good reason to enter this trade. Let's get rid of my RSI. I have MACD and my 220 SMA lines, so that would be useful. Let's go to 1 minute chart and we'll get where it happens. So let's see what will be the opening for Splunk. It's 136. So 136 is actually up. It's really up. So let's go to 5, and probably that is a better point actually to get that. Looking at 1 hour, I mean, this thing had a run, but I'm not sure if the crazy run that we saw is gonna stay there or not. But we keep an eye. We'll keep an eye on that. If we can actually get something out of it, then sure, we try to do that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves for that. Let me check. Yep, we have market open.
I think that it is very much something that's breaking down. I also think, by the way, that there's no buyback. And I am selling the last bit that I have right now. And I'm getting a good price for it.
Jim Cramer's selling his Bitcoin.
There's the opening bell. Virtual.
That's not really good, but yeah, let's see.
As we see the SoftBank-backed company make its debut here on the public markets, and we'll see where that stock trades as it gets its opening indications. $19 per ADS is where the offering was priced. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the market setup here, what the summer may have in store for investors. We'll bring in Amy Wu Silverman, Chief Equity Derivatives Strategist over at RBC Capital Markets. Amy, thanks so much for jumping on once again. So let's start with the VIX, which you flagged for us. Still trading below 20 and looking fairly calm, suggesting fairly calm markets at this stage in the game. What is the setup there, or rather, what is vol?
I actually don't see a lot of movement in any of these stocks, honestly. Like Splunk doesn't look like a very strong positioning from SMA lines that we have there. Plug maybe. Plug is in a better position basically, but let's check Plug. Plug is also going down or no? Okay, it's going up. It's a little bit away from the 200 EMA. I don't, sorry, SMA. So I don't really like that. What else? We have CrowdStrike, 3.5%. What happened? So CrowdStrike started this move upward. I took a little bit of profit down here at around 240, and it went down. I didn't buy. I will wait for a little bit more downtrend if it happens, which I think it will at some point. But let's check some of our many stocks. What is moving?
It's not at its bottoms though. Yeah, all of this has been evaporated. It's sitting at $31 right now. You know what? Let me quickly look at their financials. So it'll go fast enough. It'll take me about 20 seconds. But if I see news, I like understanding it. So Plug Power financially, processing financial. Okay, still processing updated financials. That's fine. Expecting them to be profitable by 2024. With about 11 cents of earnings and about 38 cents of earnings in 2025. That puts the company at about a 78 times earnings multiple. It's a little expensive. It's also for being a public company here, it's a little bit of like a fledgling company, I like to say, with getting its earnings out. Plug Power. Okay, Plug.
The problem with Plug is that you don't have a guaranteed of earning reports that you're seeing. Plug long term, absolutely, but if you're having it for the next year or two, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Plug needs really government support to get to some place. But okay, from our point of view, I don't see a very strong move for upward for buy position actually. Plug, Moderna, Twilio. So we have a little bit of move basically. Okay, so X is probably gonna hit our profit target. I mean, at 88, I'm gonna take a little bit down, but I actually am thinking maybe we get to even 89.5. This was basically the trade that we took. So let's see, where are we now? We are 12% higher than that. So let's see what happens there. Zillow, where is Baidu? Baidu is moving up again. So let's check our Baidu and JD. These are two of our Chinese stocks we want to actually buy. Yeah. I mean, I want another touch at this line. Like it Baidu. How about JD? JD is up 1.3%. Okay, I have a position already set up at JD, so I'm not really, although it's a fantastic company, still cheap at these prices. I'm okay to keep it as it is. Things that I'm a little bit excited actually to go. I am looking for discounts basically.
Downtrend accelerates, which right now it appears potentially that it is. Take a look at that. This is a much bigger slope of a downtrend here. Right now we have, if Webull would let me grab the darn thing. Yeah, we got about a 20-degree decline there in vol. Previously, when we went from our levels over here, I could even go with a look. Let's see here. Yeah, previously about 16 here. 16, 13. So we'll see what happens. This to me is something to be watchful of, is the declining volume at AMC. Let me delete this. That's just the personal thing that I like to do when I look at volume. And see this, you could do the same thing in reverse. When you look over here at volume on a momentum stock and you look at this, like this is like significant of a parabolic rise in volume, obviously right here, right? And the thing's up like 66% on a trend line here. It's not sustainable, right? But that's okay. That doesn't necessarily mean bad things, but for a momentum play, you can tend to get a fizzle or what I like to call a slow bleed when volume declines. You know, that's not to try to be fuddish or whatever. Tired of those kind of comments. I'm just making an observation. When volume declines, that's sometimes what happens. So take a look at this, just to briefly evidence that. Very briefly. There we go. Go to CoinMarketCap. The easiest one to look at this as is when you go to the Dogecoin price action here. There you go. Zoom in over here and get the chart to actually load properly. Sometimes you have to refresh CoinMarketCap to actually get it to.
I actually think NIO, the electric bike company scooters. I think this thing, something around 26.5 is a good entry. Of course, it can come down even to like 24 range or things like that. But I think we have a good, I mean, this is, of course, the 23 is another one. So what I can do is that I can actually start putting a little bit money in this here. And then also if it comes back and hits here or this line and wait for the move back up. So that would be a very good actually gain a new. But let's wait for that. Let's not jump into any trade and we get there when we get there. What are these guys talking about?
I am also watching the 10-year yield, and that's because, of course, sorry, Miles, Jay Powell, going to say his name again. We are going to be hearing from him this afternoon at that hearing, and we're getting a lot of other Fed speakers this week. So I think the 10-year continues to be in focus, even as it is still at relatively muted levels and kind of remains in a range where it has been for the past 3 months, but still something to keep an eye on. I am also, by the way, watching crude oil, even though it is off a little bit this morning. It is really at elevated levels. You can see here at about 73.5 a barrel as we watch it there. And then, of course, I'm continuing to watch what's going on with some of the meme stocks here as we flip on over to the heat map. GameStop trading higher by about 5% after saying it had completed its at-the-money stock offering. AMC off by 6.5%. And here's Microvision, which we talked about earlier, which is taking advantage of the gain in its shares that it has seen this year as per being sort of meme-ish and selling shares, announcing it's going to be selling $140 million worth of its shares over time. The stock is off by some 8.5% this morning. And finally, I will round it out by looking once again at the sell-off that we are seeing within the crypto world. Bitcoin now down by nearly 9%, below 30,000. And I'm sure we're going to hear much more from Jared about this in a moment. But as he has been telling us, if Bitcoin goes below 30, look out below that is an important technical level. So we continue to watch that closely, and we'll see if indeed we see more acceleration to the downside. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to check in with Jared. He can tell us more about all of this than I ever could in terms of technical levels. He'll be with us from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.
Right. Let's listen here.
We're struggling to hit those new lows. We almost did. Yeah, look at that. 29.4. This trend is crap right here. I mean, this is like a tiny miniature upslope here. You know, 1 or 2 degrees here. It's tiny. Where's another? Oh, Clove ran. Get out of town. Oh, we looked at that one pre-market too. And Plug's moving a little bit too. Nice job, Plug. GameStop kind of giving up a tiny little bit here. But yeah, Clove now consolidating. Okay, we're going to watch Clove too. ChargePoint, Piton moving a little bit. We got some good dollars in Piton. Oh, that's a nice Piton run. Okay, Lordstown coming up a little bit. Let me go to my other chart here. Okay, let's see what we got. So, yeah, Clove just took off here. Good job, Clove. Crypto still potentially going to hit those new lows. That'll be a bad sign in my opinion on crypto if we do break that 29.3 level again. Just because the last 20 minutes or so we've kind of been dancing above that. We'll see what happens. We've got Microvision. Not sure why Microvision got wrecked this morning. There could be some kind of news on it. We'll come back. Maybe somebody knows. Tesla had better sold the Bitcoin. I don't think so. Tesla just gave up its gains in the day here. A little bit of a volatile day here. CNBC won't stop talking about Bitcoin. I get it. Google, Ubiquity, these guys pretty much flat. It's kind of boring. All right. Oh, Torchlight. Oh, I look away and you miss the candle. Dang it. Oh, man. Oh, I was even thinking, I even said it. The second I look away. Well, that's called trading. Should have put in a trailing limit. Could have done that. Could have easily done that. Didn't do it. All right, next time. Next time we'll put in a trailing, and then we won't have that problem. Oh, seriously? After I look at the financials of Plug, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's okay. So, oh, hey, look, Matterport's sneaking up a little bit today. Matterport's, I think Matterport's merger is coming up here soon. Let's look at here. GHVI, Matterport, merger. Let's see what we got. Merger. Love to.
I might actually add to AMD if it comes back to 79. I'm even tempted to get it a little bit at 81, but I don't know. I think this thing is started its move upward, so I will be happy if it comes back a little bit, and then that would be a perfect run for AMD. But of course, it never, things never touch just perfectly like that. So yeah, the same for Zillow. This is actually really low. I mean, I honestly see very good movement on this. If I don't think I have any position on PDD right now. No, I don't have any, but yeah, this is Nettle again moving higher above 100. Like, yeah, let's see what we have here. Crowd is actually up to 250. 240 doesn't look very good right now for me. Yeah, but I mean, I have to take some money off. That's just the way. If I mean, I have still some money in it. It's always makes sense to free up some money, and I don't have a lot of money to invest again. But I actually also think that we might get a rally again in tech. Some of these techs have a lot of room to go, but of course, I think it's still things are a little bit shaky. Qualcomm. This thing is playing really around this area. It doesn't come down to buying. It doesn't go up. When things like this happen, that usually means like it started to move up, got rejected, somehow got rejected, and it's really trying to go up. And if it goes down, it will be perfect, because people are now accumulating on this. It will be a perfect position then to have a rally. So if Qualcomm has a big red day, a bigger day that comes back to this 127 or even here, like ideally, it would be perfect. And then you have a fantastic, even before the 200 EMA, you have 6%, 8%, 6%, 7% chance of having a good move. Bitcoin falls below 30,000. Let's listen to Jared.
Interesting though about Bitcoin in particular is that, as we know, there are a lot of so-called whales, a lot of people who hold a lot of Bitcoin. And it seems to be, from what we've heard, the data that we've gotten, that it's concentrated a little bit more than other asset classes. And those folks have a very high vested interest in keeping it above a certain level, right? Also, so there's sort of the pressure from the more recent buyers to the downside, and the pressure from those legacy buyers and holders, or holdlers, whatever you want to call them, to the upside. So we'll see where it ends up, I guess. All right, Jared, thank you so much for walking us through all of the technical analysis. We are going to take a quick break.
Yeah. I think, of course, as always, we try to find if there is anything interesting to buy every day. So we're gonna actually keep our eyes open for that. What can we see? Let's check CLNE. This thing, if it comes down below 10, like preferably, like this is the first one, this is the next one. So I can buy it here and then here, and this thing can again rally up again later on. Let's just keep an eye on CLNE, and we go back to it if necessary. NEO is down 4%. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously it was not a buy at this point. You had this clear channel upper range. It got rejected there. Then you have a cross here in the long term. So it's actually a sell. I don't have a sell option actually on NEO here. So if you see, I have only buy option on NEO. So I cannot sell it. Otherwise it would have been a very good sell. Although I do not like to sell a lot. Yeah, you have NEO. I can see NEO come back to 40 range and then go back up again. I mean, I don't have any ambition to sell my NEO positions. Like, this is for me the next 5-10 years thing. So that is one of the things that I'm not gonna touch. I mean, if I sell, I'm gonna buy again. So yeah, actually CSIQ could go lower. Let me check. We have a 35. Why 35? Is it this one? Yeah, this is 35. Well, if it goes there, obviously it's a good position to add a little bit to CSIQ. I have CSIQ, yeah. I'm down 18% on it. My average is 46, and I will average down if it comes down. The thing is that I'm actually really thinking to reduce my position in some of the renewables, like Enphase. Not that it's not a good company. It's a little bit about this shortage of material that is gonna be there. I'm still waiting for it to go up. For me, Enphase still has room to go. So Zillow, I mean, it has been really bobbing around this area. Let's wait still. Redfin, yeah, Redfin is also very close to 56 range. I would love it to come to 52, 50. I think I mean, who knows? Maybe it comes. This will be a very good position. Nvita, Nvita had a rough patch really. JFrog, let's hear.
December levels here at Fuel
For
Cell.
Fuel Cell.
Another one of those hydrogen plays. FCell. FCell's at about 15.48% short on Fuel Cell. I'm going to quickly look at financials on Fuel Cell. So Fuel Cell, I don't remember them being profitable, but it's been a while since I've looked at them. Yeah, no, they're not profitable. Tiny company. I mean, you've got a market cap of 2.8 bill on FCell. You've got negative earnings here through. Okay, you have 5 cents of earnings in 2025. Yeah, it's just too early for the hydrogen plays. $9 divided by 5 cents. It's selling for 180 times. It's selling for twice as much relative on future earnings as Plug. Now I am going out to 2025 earnings, so it's a little skewed when you go out that far, especially when you're talking about pennies of earnings. It's not even worth comparing. Basically, they're not profitable yet. Okay, we are almost going to break through 2,900 here on crypto. We are actually potentially going to watch this break 2,900 here any second now. We're going to see a 28. Here it is. Is this going to... Yep, there it is. There it is. 28,995. This is a very strong candlestick to the downside here. This is on the 1 minute, and we have some strong price action to the downside here. I'm going to hop on over here, BTC. Let's grab the Coinbase BTC. That's additional volume coming in here. Strong volume coming in. We are within the lower reversal bands, so maybe we'll see this come back up here. But this is a huge volume we just had at 29,152 based on Coinbase data here. Ooh, I gotta get that wire over. Yeah, no, you are correct. Somebody here wrote that. Okay. So Microvision announced a $140 million market equity. Okay, that makes sense. Somebody says that the death cross means a 60 to 70% drop. So the death cross, when I've researched it, it shows a 55 to 77% drop, just based on the little research that I did on it. So I think we are on the same page with that. Now, do I think it'll drop that high? I think it's going to potentially go as low as 19.9. I don't know. We'll see. We're back over 29 right now, rotating up a little bit. Folks are saying that there were a lot of comments when I first mentioned the death cross on the channel that are like, oh, but Kevin, the death cross means it's already fallen a bunch. I go, yes, but it signifies additional falling. And so far, that trend has been correct, that it does signify additional falling. So that is something to pay attention to. So, okay. All right. So, okay. Let's see what else we have here. So let's go back to, so this is Bitcoin. We're sitting at 28,998 right now, 28,950, 25. Oh, over here on Webull, we've already broken down the under 28.9. Microvision now down. Hut 8 mining is getting destroyed. Absolutely destroyed over here. We are now under, we've now broken under our support here, which is a pretty old support line. Also not a surprise seeing the volatility in crypto. We've got, good thing I dumped Torch. Well, I mean, okay, so what? It's down another 40%. But why is the market all of a sudden going so red everywhere? At least on a lot of these, they've all just accelerated down more. I mean, I understand the crypto ones going down. You know, big digital here down, 10%. I get it. We're almost at that dollar level, which is a level I'm looking at for big digital. So let me go out to a minute here. So big digital. Okay, Okay, is this giving me? Okay, come on. Update the correct here. There we go. It was showing like $3, and I'm like, no. So I went to 117 here. Oh, it's at 117 right now. Actually, it's at its bottom right now. Hut 8. I mean, these all of these crypto companies are just getting wrecked right now. AMC though, oh, look at that near bounce off our support line. See, this is very common, folks. People put their sell orders in sometimes right above the support line, or sorry, maybe their buy orders above the support line, slightly above, because sometimes we hit it perfectly, but it doesn't surprise me to see a tiny little jump above this right here. But this is good, bouncing off the support, so we're not breaking through that support. It's the last thing you want to see on AMC right now is a break through that support. So Workhorse also bouncing off that support. See how strong and important these support lines are? Folks, we just added TA. To the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. Talk support lines. We've got more lectures coming out on support lines about we'll be talking about thicknesses, color coding. We've got a whole lot more lectures coming for TA and options. Options are next. They're first. And then we're going to do some more deep diving into TA, so it's super fun. But we've already started releasing lectures on that. So check that out. Use that 40% off coupon code down below. You get lifetime access to those courses, so check that out. Clover really destroyed here. I mean, this was the one to be in today, which I have to say I'm a little shocked by. Look at the volume here in the pre-market was crap. I mean, it was nothing. There was no interest in Clove. But knowing momentum stocks, when we saw this movement here, should have just thrown in a little bit. We didn't do it. Oh well. That's all right. But just know, like with momentum stocks, this is something, it's something I recommend keeping in mind. With momentum stocks, you'll see these runs at the beginning of the day, and it takes a while for the other traders to realize that happening. And so it's not uncommon to see these additional pushes, especially if something sort of gets labeled as, oh, that's the runner for today. Now, I will say, happy that Piton is up to 113 right now. I think this is great. We've got Matterport up, very nice growth here on Matterport. Low volume on Matterport. It's possible that the merger in July is going to create a lot more attention on Matterport. And so I would keep an eye on that. So Bitcoin running, somebody says. BTC. Oh, look, it just ran up. Nice. Okay. So you just had a good $800 run up to the upside. Nice. But anyway, yeah, pay attention to Matterport going into next month. Plug just gave up some of its gains. Trade Desk couple percent, Etsy couple percent. Okay, nothing exciting here. But yeah, Matterport, I would pay attention to this one going into July. Blue Apron. Okay, Fuel Cell Ubiquity, Enphase. Enphase up about 1%. We've got Twitter, Shift's always around $8, $8.25 to $8.50, same thing. AT&T, golly, it's under 29. AT&T just never moves. It's funny. What's Tesla doing? I just saw Tesla over here in the red. Tesla down a quarter. It's been up and down. It's been so flat. It's been so boring. Up and down 0.25% here, there. Big deal. 7% on AMC. This looks like our support. We're heading back to it. Yeah. Heading back to our support line. Voyager Digital getting wrecked here. Hey, Torch just bounced back a little bit. Oh, look at that bounce off our support line. That is just so perfect. So perfect. Such a perfect. You watched me. I did not just draw that. We've drawn this with our TA skills. Was it yesterday morning? I think we drew this. You go to the live stream and see it. But look at that. You can't make that stuff up. Touch, touch, near touch, near touch, near touch, near touch, slight break, and bounce off. It's incredible. I love it. Love seeing it work. Work its magic. Okay, so what else here? Really got to pay attention to crypto here. You can see the death cross, by the way, right here. In case you're wondering what the death cross is. If you're okay, coin just hit 211 here. But yeah, if you were looking at what's going on. There we go. Yep, 29.
For me, it was time to take profit from some of the trades that I had. I think it's all right, and I like to have a little bit of cash right now.
Pounds, and then you get traders who are like, "That's it. I'm taking my tendies." So sometimes those get accelerated a little. Whoa! They actually marked a buy for BTC. Look at that. They marked a buy right here when they saw the strong reversal band, or in the reversal band at 28.8. They marked it as buy. That's not bad. Okay, well, we'll see how long that holds. We're getting ready to go into reversal bands again over here. Let's go to... Let's look at coin for a moment. Coinbase. 211 now on coin. Also in reversal bands. U.S. existing home sales came in at 5.8 million versus the estimate of 5.72 million. All right. Slightly slower pace than last month, it says here. Matterport, Piton, nice moves. GameStop, nice push back up here. Going back to AMC. Okay. AMC. Okay. So, there we go. AMC at 6%, bouncing off that support pretty well. I'm really looking at BTC though right now as it's just slowing. And let's look at TradingView gives us the volume, which I like. Still looking for that buy op. Oops, BitBay. I want Coinbase. Come on. BTC, Coinbase, and we get that volume down here. Okay, so we had a volume push right here. Yeah, where they gave that buy signal. It's like they gave that buy signal right after that volume bar. But then we had volume. Look at that volume decline right after, though. So it makes you wonder if it was just sort of a larger company or an institutional investor or somebody executing a buy. But that dip in volume here is kind of weird. All right. Going back, let's go look at some of the others here. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. So, Clove down to 13. GameStop doing very well here at 9.1%. Clove bobbing. Okay. Yeah, Clove flattening here. Nice move there on GameStop. Piton. Twilio came out of nowhere. What else? Lordstown Motors actually coming. That's so crazy after even the executives were dumping shares that it's up 3% today. Plug Power still sitting at 4%. Okay, so Bitcoin 29.2. Wow, Doge under 17. Ethereum, did we break under 17? Yeah, we did. Went to 1697 on Ethereum there for a hot second. Okay, this is all pretty much the same. I'm now looking for differences in trends because so far this is pretty consistent right now. Got AMC still bouncing off our support line, did really well here. We've got Arcimoto rotating to the downside here. Looking at it on the day chart, look at that consolidation. I grabbed Arcimoto over here. As usual, every time I buy or sell, I send alerts to all the course members in the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. But we bought some Arcimoto over here, and it's made some solid money here. Not as high as it was, but it's even still great gains here within the consolidation phase. You can notice the volume here, though. The volume really helped push this one up, and a little bit of a declining volume here, so wouldn't be surprised if we could just continue to stabilize here. And if some new volume comes in, it could break out again. But I'm not in that one as a trade. I put some money in there for a longer term, put 25K in. It's like 55K right now. Coinbase, 211. I do expect Coinbase to continue to collapse as long as a Bitcoin collapses. I personally think when you see that, when you hit that bottom, wherever it might be, wherever it is on cryptos, and they rotate around. You might consider grabbing some things like Coin and Marathon and Riot, because boy, oh boy, the volatility should be paying them a nice premium here for all these ups and downs. Yeah, Workhorse has no volume. Clove got the volume today. Go to the minute chart here. Actually, let's go to 5 minute compare days. Yeah, nothing. You had some big selling volume over here, 200 to 300,000. Right now, you're sitting at around, 230, 145, 500. Okay. So similar kind of opening volume here. Nothing majorly exciting. Except when we had our big runs, I mean, we were over 1 million to 2 million shares of volume under the Workhorse runs. And we've had previous runs here as well. Let's see if I can get some more volume. Yeah, 1 to 2 million. 1 to 2 million almost seems like a requisite for Workhorse to really move. So we'd have to see a lot more volume come in here. We'd have to quadruple volume pretty quickly too. So BTC is still sitting at that 29 figure right now. GameStop. Oh, Clove moved back up. Look at that. Brief little breather. Tiny breather here. And a rotation back. Look at that touch. Look at that touch of the VWAP support line here.
It's interesting that every time there's a bounce from one of the lines, that is basically one of the simplest things to do. He gets so excited.
Great time. Take some profits. Wait for the VWAP. Re-enter. It's juicy. Torch blew up to the upside. Oh, good job. Okay, that's good. Oh, it did. Look at that. Oh, that's very good. Look at the bounce off here, though. Very nice. Very, very nice off the support line. That's good. Good for Torch. Good bounce off. We've got... See if anything else is changing, because so far things are mostly stable. Piton, almost 5% here on a gain. Piton's a great deal if you can get it under 100. Lemonade, you really want to be under 80 for Lemonade, and we're at 102 right now, so we've bounced back. Oh my gosh, Tesla's actually green a quarter. EXPI is another one of those that has just been very punished, and I think overly so. You can almost say this is a Head and Shoulders, folks. Can I get y'all in the comments? Let me know what you think here. Is that a Head and, or do you think this could be a? I mean, the shoulders are a little lopsided here, so maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, no, maybe not. I mean, unless you use this as a shoulder, but nah, it's a messed up Head and Shoulders. That's what it is. But it certainly has had a period of consolidation follow it. The Head and Shoulders, if you really want to see one, is over here. This is better. The Bitcoin Head and Shoulders. Head. Look, you can even have like the ears over here, and like the head, and the shoulder, and the right shoulder. It signifies a downtrend. And look, if you follow this uptrend here, you see that its last breakout resistance was about that 19.9 level, and that's what we got over here. That's why I'm looking to load the boat right here. I'm looking to load the boat if we get to that 19.8. If Coinbase would just freaking reply to my email, then maybe I could actually send them money. Dude, they replied so fast the first time, giving me worthless information. Thank you for your email. If you can navigate to wire transfer, you should see the info. It's not there, dum-dum. So annoying. All right. Any other moves? Any other big changes or moves here?
SoFi.
Obviously, we're tracking cryptos. We're tracking the crypto-related stocks. Wow, Xpeng just dropped 5. I don't see AMC. Oh, there it is. AMC. Okay, 4.2. So AMC is still working. Support line. Really good move off that support line. Look at that.
I'm really looking to get SoFi as well. But again, fantastic growth company. It's just that I'm feeling like these highly growth companies in the current atmosphere of economy might not be the best option, but has a beautiful growth ahead of it. So let's see what I do.
Lines work. This is why, if you haven't yet checked out Stocks and Psychology Money Group, teaching TA now, just released our first batch of TA lectures, more coming. But I mean, look at that. Bounce over here, and you know these lines have been here for a while. Nice bounce off of this line. We can actually slowly begin to reiterate this line now. So we're gonna harden this line up a little bit here. We've got the same thing that happened at Workhorse yesterday, and it's the same thing it's dabbling with today. Look at that. It bounces right off our 14 level here, and strengthen that a tiny little bit. And we've had this 14 same bounce over here. Look how close this is. It's the same thing over and over again. The stocks just
TTD as well. I'm really looking into getting TTD, but I want to have it like at least at 55, 56, preferably around 50. So let's see what happens with that.
So I'd be careful about this. We had a very nice growth in volume for each of the explosions here. An explosion at the open, had an explosion about 25 minutes in, 20 minutes in, 20 to 25 minutes in. We are losing volume right now, so a sign that maybe traders have taken their positions, which makes sense. Usually people are going to get their positions within the first 30 minutes. It is up 20% though right now. Clove just absolutely destroying right now. Good job on Clove. I'm cheering for Matterport. Plug Power sitting strong, 4% here on Piton. Etsy 2.5%. Nordstrom, Fastly, Twitter, Lowe's, Enphase. When we get the mic, as soon as the chips shortage ends on Enphase is gonna crush. I would say Q4 or Q1 earnings are gonna be so juicy when they can actually get some more chipsets out. They use a lot of chips. Their microinverters take way more chips than some of the other solar plays. Look at Tesla, just playing with our emotions here. Down 0.25%, up 0.25%, now down 0.25% again. It's ridiculous. Tattooed Chef falls under 20. Lemonade slightly down. No big moves here. Torchlight sitting at that nice bounce off that $9 support line, which is very, very good. And we've got Bitcoin stabilizing right now. A little better to see here on some stabilization here in Bitcoin. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Okay, so far, yeah, see, breaking this trend was bad. Got a little potential uptrend right now. We'll see if we can hold this. That's a pretty strong uptrend right now. If we don't want to break it, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so let's quickly take a peek at Bloomberg headlines here. See if we've got anything else here. Biden team to concede he'll fail to hit his July 4th vaccination goal. GameStop jumps. We saw that. We talked about GameStop. Old news. Delta variant gains steam in under-vaccinated countries. I see, in under-vaccinated. Okay, so nothing really here. Let's see. News over here. Cathie Wood maintains inflation to prove temporary. Says cracks in commodities cracks in commodity market evident. Yeah, I mean, this is true. I mean, just look at lumber or copper. They've both kind of rolled over the last few days here. I agree with Cathie. Cathie on Monday maintained she's not concerned about inflation. If you want to know Cathie's argument on inflation, what I would recommend you do is type into YouTube, Meet Kevin, Burry, Cathie Wood. So Michael Burry, Cathie Wood, and you can kind of compare those here. So NVIDIA breaking out. Is it really? NVIDIA, I mean, I have to say, since their stock split announcement, just kicked butt. Duh. There we go. Okay, Bitcoin was recovering on that trend. The trend is continuing. And yeah, I mean, NVIDIA, that is such a beautiful trend on NVIDIA. I mean, this is an unreal breakout here from their stock split announcement. So good for them. You know, really good for NVIDIA. Wonderful. DocuSign up again. Pinterest, Trade Desk, Crown, GM.
NVIDIA, fantastic company, but you're paying a premium for such a fantastic company. I think it's good to have it in your account. I never got it. I mean, I have it still, but the point is that I didn't add to it as I had to some months ago. So I failed, and now I'm behind, but I don't chase. So
Member live stream, we'll do lots of Q&A. We'll talk strategies, we'll talk deal analysis, so it'll be fun. We're going to run over to the course member live stream. If you want to join it, go to the link down below, join that course, use that 40% off coupon code. You'll always get lifetime access to all the new lectures, so when there's a big lecture drop, it's totally free. Bitcoin's staying on the path of this trend, so let's pay attention to Bitcoin. This is good. Let's see if it can get back to 30,000. It's still a little bit too high for me to go plowing into it, but I'm gonna pay attention to this. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to do a nibble. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
what is I saying?
Something that you'll notice with a lot of these other kind of copycat sales, whether it's Walmart or Costco or whoever, they actually have a longer period of time that they're extending the sales for. They're doing their sales all week or for 4 days as opposed to just 2 days. So I think that also is a little bit of, kind of these companies having bought into a ton of inventory, and they need to cycle through that inventory.
And, Sucharita mentioned that some of their brand partners might be running promotions. I do wonder, how are you thinking about the way that promotional cycles might be changing as companies continue? And it's shocking that a brand might not have a great e-commerce operation in 2021, but many don't. But they are improving greatly all the time. How much does that change the relationship between, a Target and someone that they're selling who now has a better D2C channel than they would have had, over the last few years?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it is an interesting one because in the future, because it's a bigger discussion than even a Prime Day promotion or a Christmas promotion, we do see brands, big brands, companies like Sonos, Bose, Nike, Adidas, others selling directly to consumers more in the future, and they will likely have their own versions of sales and offers as well. What is interesting is that many of those top brands, companies like Dyson often come to mind, where they historically don't really discount at all, but occasionally you will see, like there's like a Dyson fan available on Prime Day right now, which is marked down in a way that is pretty unusual for Dyson. That suggests to me that it was likely done probably with the endorsement of Dyson, not some third-party rogue seller, but it probably signified a problem with kind of overproduction of that particular item, which is why it's broadly available and broadly available at a discount. So I think that what may end up happening is that these brands use Amazon as a liquidation channel. I think historically Amazon may have been used as an acquisition channel in the past. It may have been used to launch new products. And I think that what brands are discovering is that you probably don't want to discount bestsellers. You probably want to discount either products that are struggling or products that are trying to get a foothold in the market.
Interesting. So maybe buyer beware with some of that stuff, or at least do your research before you hit that quick Prime Day buy button. Thank you so much, Sucharita. Good to see you. Sucharita Kodali is Forrester Research retail analyst. We are going to take a break. When we come back, Google once again under antitrust scrutiny in the EU, and it is intensifying. We'll be right back.
I would like to have Google at a cheaper price, so it's good. This 82 might be a good point, but honestly speaking, AMD is already cheap compared to many other companies. I think we are actually in an uptrend. So when we look, the 4 hour, the 1 week had a cross, 4 hour had a cross, and now the 30-minute is having a cross. So probably in 9-10 minutes, I'm gonna put a little bit more money in AMD, and yeah, I'm looking it of course for longer term, but it can also be a longer term it's a long-term play, but I can also take it as a trade. Let's see how the market moves. Right. That's it for the first round of Market Open. Thanks everyone for joining, and I will be back at the market close.